Jamaica, come close and listen to me very carefully. This is not politics. This is survival. This is about the future of our island, Jamaica. I am going to break down exactly what the Prime Minister just said at the G20 summit in South Africa. Yes, that's where he's at, Jamaica, in South Africa. Because what he presented there in South Africa was not leadership, Jamaica. It was submission. And I am going to break it down without no illusions.
Greetings everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. And before I continue, I will kindly request that you hit the like, subscribe and the share button. And to my returning subscribers, I would also like to thank you and still encourage you to interact with this video through liking, commenting and sharing. Well, in today's episode, we are seeing that Jamaicans are coming out in numbers to call out their Prime Minister Andrew Holness as being a sellout. This comes after he attended the G20 summit that happened in Johannesburg, South Africa, and being an uninvited guest, we are seeing that Jamaicans all over the internet have come out to explain his uninvited appearance in the meeting. Kindly watch this episode to the end as I come with my commentaries at the end of it.
The Prime Minister stood in front of the G20, the 20 most powerful nations on earth, Jamaica. The same ones controlling the global banking system, the same ones shaping climate policy, the same ones holding the world's debt. And the Prime Minister opened his statement by saying, Jamaica is a success story. We sacrificed. We followed the rules. We maintained discipline. We stabilized our debt. And we reformed our economy. Jamaica, did you hear what I just said? He walked into the room like a student reporting to the headmaster. He did not walk in as a sovereign leader. He walked in as someone proving. He said, we obeyed, we complied. Now please treat us good. But he did not stop there. He used Hurricane Melissa like a tool. He said Hurricane Melissa devastated Jamaica and disrupted our development, destroyed our progress. And so now, Melissa will negatively affect our debt trajectory. So Hurricane Melissa became the reason, the excuse, and the justification. Melissa is now the currency they will use to tighten the climate agenda. But hold on, Jamaica did not just magically appear in a hurricane belt in 2025. We have always been in a hurricane belt. Storms are not new, disaster is not new. But Jamaica, the timing is what's strange. The way Hurricane Melissa moved is what's strange. The fact that the PM used Melissa as the spearhead at the G20 speech is what's strange. Because instead of talking about things like evacuation failures, delayed response, no preparedness system, no food security plans, no national shelter upgrades, he used Melissa to sell Jamaica as a victim. Not to defend us, but to justify new climate financing. And that Jamaica comes with new rules. Now, what did the PM actually ask the G20? Listen, Jamaica, because this is where it gets dangerous. He asks for IMF climate financing, resilience loans, blended finance structure, thematic bonds, risk insurance models, new global frameworks, loss and damage rules. Do you understand what that means, Jamaica? It means more debt wrapped up in a climate language. It means more foreign oversight wrapped up in resilient talk. It means more global rules controlling our policies wrapped up in support for vulnerable nations. He did not ask for sovereignty. He did not ask for reparations. He did not ask for true independence, Jamaica. He asked for money with strings attached. He asked for a system that tracks us. He asked for climate-based agreements that turns Jamaica into a case study, a laboratory. And here is the part he think we will not notice. The PM said at the G20, we must preserve the IMF resilience and sustainability. Trust. Do you know what that is, Jamaica? It is a climate loan system that comes with the following: conditions, reforms, monitoring and data control, and of course, oversight of national decisions. It is not free money, Jamaica. It is not reparations, Jamaica. It is not justice. It is climate debt. And it is disguised as help. It is a leash, Jamaica. It is a collar. And small islands are being lined up one by one to wear it. So here is what the PM did not say at the G20. He did not mention oil drilling off the coast of Jamaica. He did not mention seabed extraction. He did not mention mining deals. He did not mention foreign companies controlling our natural resources. He did not mention the Thunderball oil block. He did not mention the fault lines or the methane risk. He did not mention the environmental danger. Nor did he mention the people still suffering with no lights, no water, and no food after Melissa. He did not mention the communities that are abandoned, the evacuation failures, the destruction, Jamaica, that was predictable. He did not mention the reason Jamaica remains vulnerable: foreign contracts and a government that does not build local resilience. He did not speak with the fire of a leader defending the land. He spoke with the tone of a man selling Jamaica as a climate vulnerable investment opportunity. Did you hear me, Jamaica? He sold us as a climate vulnerable investment opportunity. You see the real meaning of that G20 speech, Jamaica? I'm a wanting to hear me loud. Your Prime Minister just positioned Jamaica as the model student of the IMF, a compliant partner to the global powers, a climate vulnerable asset ready for investment, a country willing to adopt global rules, a nation seeking more climate debt, a small island waiting on big brothers to rescue us. This is not sovereignty. This is not independence. And Jamaica, this is not leadership. This is submission disguised as diplomacy. Ask yourself, why is Jamaica aligned so fast with global climate finances right after Melissa? Right after rising oil exploration activity? Right after mining expansion? Right after seabed surveying? Right after foreign companies circling our waters? Right after the constant traveling of our Prime Minister to these climate finance and investment summits? And now Jamaica, the G20. Something Jamaica has never been invited to before. Why now? Why the timing? Why the alignment? Because Jamaica is being lined up to be the prototype. Yes, the prototype nation for climate financing experiments, resilience loan models, new climate triggered debt instruments, and global climate governance. Jamaica, wake up. This is bigger than politics. This is bigger than one party. This is about the future of the land beneath our feet. Jamaica is being treated like a climate lab, a financial test site, a resource zone, a vulnerability case study, and soon an energy hub without the Jamaican people owning a single drop. If we don't wake up now, Jamaica, if you don't start questioning now, if you don't start paying attention to the pattern, you will wake up and realize finally that Jamaica was sold, not lost, signed away, not stolen, and given up, not taken. Hurricane Melissa did not make us vulnerable. Corruption, obedience, foreign contract, and silence did. And now vulnerability is used to sign Jamaica into deeper systems that only benefit the global powers. Jamaica, wake up now.
Jamaican people, Andrew Holness sell we out again. Hear me at all, you know? Andrew Holness show we out again. Jamaican people are when not gonna wake up. When not gonna wake up. When not gonna blood clot wake up, Jamaican people. When you favor politics, alright, go and favor politics. Cause when you say what here, when Abraham, Captain Abraham, the real general, real Dan, sent say more and visit Jamaica in a what here, and Andrew Holness refused the man. Refuse the man, you know. No fun feel like Sir Andrew Holness refuse the man out of goodness of female. When you feel like Sir Andrew Holness do it himself, the same I go refuse the real general, the real Dan, the real leader. When you feel like Andrew Holness do it, Jamaican people, eh? I mean, if I look at thing I go on, I say about him a beg. Him a beg and I say all these things for Abraham try it forward back at Jamaica. But me I tell you no if you don't know. Cause me see clippings I say him forward, you know. But me know if you're fact. You see if him forward, it may basically I go sit through Andrew Holness like a sit through. Said like how me sit through Andrew Holness. Abraham, I go sit through Andrew Holness like a fucking sit through. You me I told you no? Andrew Holness, oh you so corrupt and wicked man. Eh? And what kind of legacy you are work for Andrew Holness? What kind of legacy you are work for Andrew Holness? You work for legacy for Jamaica, for left behind for Jamaican people benefit. And you work for your legacy for left behind for your family them alone benefit Andrew Holness. Eh? Where are going with Andrew Holness? Jamaican people if stop blood clot favor the things they want to favor, you know. Because me I tell you say Andrew Holness is a puppet and I'm puppet master them I tell him everything. You know much world leaders right now with a dead for Abraham try it forward. If you can sit down with them for them can have him ears. You know much world leaders right now with the mind the dog say my forward come give them a link for them can feed him one bag of fuckery in him ears. At that Andrew Holness I gotta do. At that Andrew Holness do. At that Andrew Holness want to do. At that in Andrew Holness mind. You me I told you no? At that in our mind for corrupt the man, for the man start deal with the nation and people them where I build how much legacy for and I set foundation for. Andrew Holness want him sell out them for secure film best interest. Like how Andrew Holness a sell out Jamaica for secure film best interest. Andrew Holness want Captain Abraham, the real general, the real Dan, the real God. To do the same thing as him. But him feel like say Abraham have a dirty heart and a dirty mind like him. Him feel like say Abraham them come from a country where people born in a poverty and suffer and they know say them a walk on billions and trillions of dollars underneath them foot. When you feel like say Africa poor, when you feel like say blood clot Africa poor, Africa the biggest continent in our world and the richest continent. Yeah, me I told you about another whole away as African, licky and greedy, and quick to stoop low, and quick to bend over, and quick to put things in our mouth, and quick to do all of these things to blood clot achieve, and I whole away. Yeah, me I told you another whole away, a some away. But Captain Abraham and nothing like Andrew Holness. Nothing. Andrew Holness can walk. No time near the man. All this blood clot pair of shoes. Or even the man all this pair of slippers. Even the man all this pair of blood clot socks. Andrew Holness can't step foot in that. Andrew Holness ain't the man the class. No time. Yeah, me I told you no. Me say, when I get here, pop me want Abraham. Post and talk every blood clot thing will go on. Because I know if you have facts, say, when him forward for sitting with Andrew Holness, a one bag of corruption, Andrew Holness, I gotta tell him where this puppet master them program him to tell him, say, yo, make sure say this and this, Andrew Holness, can suck yourself, because I want to work in your blood clot favor. You better go back to the blood clot drawing board. When you feel like say every African I eat that, when you feel like say every African a fool, like majority of the blood clot fool people, them live on the island of Jamaica. Majority of a fool, majority of an idiot, majority of illiterate and blind and the fact Are the blood clot fact, but you educated, you have a brilliant mind, and you can't see through things like I see through. You love politics, you all about PMP, you all about blood clot labor right. And when they take a stock at the ones them are the head of PMP and head of labor right, and them and make it rough and sticky and tough for the whole of world on the blood clot island. You never know. When you feel like say me make it rough for you, how the fuck me to make it rough for you? What me I do to make it rough for you? What kind of access me have to do things to make it rough for you? So how the fuck things rough for you? Who make it rough for you? Are you make it rough for yourself? I said that you believe so you make it rough for yourself? Are the fucking system where you live in make it rough for your fucking self? Yeah, me I told you every leader in every nation can build a nation, can live off of the resource of the nation, can build the people of the fucking nation in every country. But what the design of it, after the leaders then tear down everything in the fucking country, all down to the people them. Wanna blind? Wanna say how that go on? I wanna have a said mindset as an ancestor. The passed down legacy, what them left behind for them. With the past down knowledge, the past down education, with the past down fucking information. That's how you know if I think like way back in the blood clot and where I said 17th century. Yeah, I could all in the 15th century someone in the blood clot mind. They said we when they can't see through things. Jamaican people they need to wake up. Politicians not stop the whole politics change, you know. Politics is not the same as in a 1962. Politics change. And when the politics gonna leave no for no and still the road one blood clot part and the only thing you know for the road I part of map X. X. You know I told you, politics change. When see it, when see the design, when see what go on, all the leaders them a secure legacy for themselves, for them family, for them bloodline. They don't care about you know. And Holness know enough for no blood clot get up a vote for him. And Holness know no now. Uno know and Holness, I only see blood clot and Holness pan tell live vision. I only see about what me no when I go or something. Uno know and Holness? Uno know it go when you know people? When you know blood clot people, you have conversation with them. Uno socialize. Uno know them directly know your name and you know them name. You probably all know them blood clot live. You probably know them partner, them kids, them fam. When you feel like, and I say it go, how it go? You see me on blood clot TikTok and I say you know me. You know me? Me don't know no. So you know me. Me I don't sit down and reason and conversate and all this shit. Where you know me from? TikTok. Where you know Holness from? Him a politician. Where the fuck you know talk about? So what kind of love him a got have for you? What kind of love him a got have for you? Him a preach love? Him all about upliftment? Him all about equal rights and justice? So what kind of good him a bring forth to you? What kind of good am I bring forth to you? Because my information, you know, is all I have to give, you know. And we bring forth to you, know, upliftment, whole heap of benefit. You may have told you, know, open the eyes towards the things them with the right in front of you, know, and aware and the surrounding. Because nothing when you make bed with, when you know nothing different than the ones them before. Me say, when you know nothing different than the ones them before, no. Dig up back on the blood clot great-grandparents them and question them and say, right now, you know me up on earth from such and such years, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and you give them the list of every fucking thing you do, and see if it are different from the list where them have a blood clot give you back. You don't need to wake up. It's a design, you know, only walk in a circle, you just a go around so and a blood clot forward back. And so them have with generation in a blood clot circle. Until the day one of us wake up and bridge off, we always going to continue in a circle. Jamaican people wake up. Politicians not favor you know. Never have, never will. And if they did, it was back in 1962. No, in 2025. When I hear that, where a long time politics change, you need for blood clot wake up. And Sister Holness not stop the goal for dropping her. Yeah, me I told you, know. Me tell you every day, you know. You know, a God and Goddess. Uno a God and Goddess. You hear that again? And never have done nothing when I do. I mean, nobody use words and get on down. Keeping the mindset positive, keeping the surrounding positive and pre-upliftment always. More light, opportunity and goal for the conquer. Yeah, me I told you I know so you love so much, you know, creation, favorite. And I want to give a shout out to everybody we end up giving me a follow. Because I end up thief my account and what 19 days now. I end up start by the account. I'm gone over 1,000 followers. So I want to know some love, you know, I respect you know, I appreciate you know. So continue to give me the support because I'm there to share awareness. Wide, worldwide, and not just to Jamaica alone. You hear that? Big up on yourself, loving and abundant always. Because me, I love it.
If you watch this episode to this end, I would like to thank you for the support, and let's get down to it. Well, in today's episode, you're seeing that the Jamaicans are calling out their Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, for being a sellout. This is after the Jamaican Prime Minister made an impromptu appearance in the G20 meeting that happened in Johannesburg, South Africa, that is from November 22 this year. And this comes after we all understand that Jamaica had a devastating environmental crisis. This is after Hurricane Melissa hit the country and caused major destruction in most of the parishes. And having this in mind, we understand that Jamaica currently is at a crisis and it's requiring several funds, that is from donor countries and from member countries who are sharing in different states organization, that is like the CARIFTA and other major world superpowers that usually have a say when it comes to some of these environmental crises, especially the fact that this incident that happened in Jamaica, that is Hurricane Melissa, is one of the most devastating environmental disasters that has ever happened in the country. And Jamaicans are now raising question as to why Andrew Holness attended the G20, which is the 20th meeting of the member states of this country. However, this meeting this time that happened again for the first time in Africa has been met with several controversies, with the major being that some of the world major powers, that is when it comes to business and other financial resources, that is Russia, the USA, and China, we see that there was a big absence of their leaders, with China's President Xi Jinping absence being felt at the meeting. Again, you get to see that the USA President Donald Trump missed the meeting, and Russian President Vladimir Putin also missed the meeting. This showed that there was an agenda that was being passed at the meeting or at the gathering that these world superpowers were never interested in. Again, someone can easily point out that maybe this could be the reason, as it is believed that this being the first meeting to ever be held in Africa, the loud absence of these world major leaders came as a rather disappointing aspect. However, these international trade wars, I think, that have been recently experienced between these countries could be explained for the tension that led to their absence in this meeting. And again, as for Jamaica, being one of the uninvited countries, we're seeing that the presence of their Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, who has just been elected for the third term by the Jamaicans through the Jamaica Labour Party, we get to see that there have been many questions that have been raised by Jamaica, and most of them are claiming that Andrew Holness sold out Jamaica, that is by attending this meeting. As we all know that with the recent destruction in most of the parishes by Hurricane Melissa, Jamaica is in a crisis and it requires urgent resources from the able countries. And with Andrew Holness' speech, that is during the G20 meeting, you're saying that Jamaicans are trying to decipher whatever deals he made and how open he was with the deals, as they most of them believe that Andrew Holness was not entirely open and truthful about the dealings that he had made in the G20 meeting. As again, you get to understand that this is the first time Jamaica is getting involved in this meeting, and with the major theme being environmental and climate change. And as we all know, if you've been keen with matters politics, we all understand that when it comes to issues of climate change, there is usually a scam behind it. And this avenue has been used by many leaders across the world, especially in the developing countries, to siphon funds and make deals with these international organizations where you get to see whereby you get to see resources of a country get to be exchanged with these international organization under shady deals, and it's only the leaders who are involved in these shady deals that get to benefit and not the country in general as expected. And in this case, we are seeing that Jamaicans believe that Andrew Holness made a deal with some of these world or international organization without being entirely open and truthful to the Jamaican people. And one of the most disturbing facts is that the Jamaica going into a deal with IMF, which has always been known to be an international organization that has been at the forefront of embezzling and altering the development of the countries who are or who have chosen to make deals with it, as we get to see that they usually come with stringent trade laws that are attached to these loans that they are giving to these countries, and we get to see that at the end of it the countries usually end up paying more for this loan rather than if they had chosen another part. As for Jamaica, you get to understand that they have been avoiding these for quite some time. Also, they've been avoiding the World Bank, and with the current Prime Minister Andrew Holness going to make these silent deals with these international organizations that have always been known to be fraudulent, Jamaicans are feeling like Holness has sold out the country. As we get to understand that in the deals, as you've heard in the previous clip by the Jamaican lady calling out Prime Minister Andrew Holness on how he was planning to give out the Jamaican resources, that is, like the oil and gas found on the Jamaican coasts, and how Jamaicans wouldn't be able again to access their beaches, which has been happening for quite some time now. But they believe that this is going to be extended as we get to see that more and more foreigners will get to own much property in Jamaica. And in general, this crisis has again happened as a fleecing avenue for the corrupt Jamaican leaders, whereby despite the loud call for help, it's being realized that it's only a few individuals in the country who are going to benefit from this Hurricane Melissa crisis, which is quite unfortunate for the Jamaican people. Well, other people have contravening ideas about Prime Minister Holness' attendance on the G20 meeting, and I would also like to hear your ideas and comments here in the comment section, as you also get to interact with each other. Well, this marks the end of this episode. Thank you once again for watching to this end, and see you in the next one.